Greenland, steel in hand, burn through ice with brutal brand. Hearts of winter melt away, no place left for cold to play.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. One of the single greatest tweets in history. President Trump saying, "I promise not to do this to Greenland." At least this is the new AI version of that tweet. It was sent 7 years ago. Wouldn't you like to, though, be on this hiking trail, walking over to the Trump golf course and casino and beautiful fjord, or whatever you want to call them, in the Arctic? Yeah. It's not a meme anymore, guys. It's actually happening. Rubio tells lawmakers that Trump will buy Greenland, downplays military action. Secretary of State says the White House is using rhetoric to pressure Denmark into negotiations. Secretary of State Marco Rubio told lawmakers that recent administration threats against Greenland didn't signal an imminent invasion. The goal is to buy the island, actually, idiots. In fact, the last islands that were bought were from Denmark, as the U.S. Virgin Islands, so-called today, even though I think Jeffrey Epstein lived on one of them. Anyway, the point is that we bought them from Denmark in 1917. So that was like 100 years ago. Why wouldn't we buy something else from Denmark? Greenland is in the Western Hemisphere. Greenland is not in Europe. Greenland is not European. Europeans are trying to claim it. And the Monroe Doctrine and the Donroe Doctrine dictate that we will own the colonial assets in the Western Hemisphere, not Europe and not China, certainly not Russia or Iran. Rubio's statements, which were made on Monday, closed briefing comes as the White House has been offering increasingly belligerent statements about controlling the island. President Trump and senior administration officials publicly declined to rule out seizing the territory by force. Why don't you come and defend Greenland with your army?
You know what you should do? You should sanction me. Sanction me with your army. Oh, wait a minute. You don't have an army. I guess that means you need to shut the fuck up. That's what I do if I don't have no army. I would shut up. Shut the fuck up.
This is President Trump negotiating with Denmark and, quite frankly, with NATO, which wouldn't even exist, would crater if it were not for the United States of America. President Trump has made it well known that acquiring Greenland is a national security priority of the United States, vital to deter our adversaries in the Arctic region. This is Caroline Levitt. The president and his team is discussing a range of options to pursue important foreign policy goal. Of course, utilizing U.S. military is an option at the commander-in-chief's disposal. Caroline Levitt saying, we're just going to go invade Greenland. Why not? Marco Rubio realizing he's got to be the governor of Greenland. President Trump as president of Greenland.
Grönländerinnen und Grönländer, hier spricht euer neuer Präsident, Anna Trump-Black. Ich sage euch, ich war schon immer Grönländer und unser Land ist wirklich das allerbeste Land der Welt. Ich liebe unsere Eisberge, unsere Schlittenhunde und natürlich die atemberaubende...
It even sounds like Trump. I mean, come on, guys. You want to see it, right? You want to see it. It's a great fit for Trump. Let's go here, both sides here. Matt Walsh versus a Senate Democrat. All right, here we go. The benefits of acquiring Greenland would be substantial, no question. That's a smart move, strategically and economically. The people laughing it off just don't know what the hell they're talking about. We've grown so accustomed to the USA languishing as a state of stagnation, treading water aimlessly. We're shocked at a president who actually wants to expand and claim new territory, aggressively pursue greater power, more resources for the sake of his people. This is what leaders are supposed to do and what the American president did, in fact, do until recently. Expansion is the American way, and it's literally been since the first moment of existence. If Americans in the 1800s were as timid and as weak as some of the naysayers, we would have never reached the Pacific. Correct. Let's go ahead and juxtapose that to John Fetterman in the Senate. I believe Greenland has massive strategic benefit to the United States. I don't support taking it by force. America's not a bully. Ideally, we just buy it. Cool. Like the Louisiana Purchase or Alaska. Acquiring Greenland is many decades old conversation. Nice. Soon, Greenland, you too will have a Buc-ee's. But we should buy Greenland and rename it Red, White, and Blue Land. Smart. Interim Ayatollah and President of Venezuela, Marco Rubio, takes questions in Greenland. Marco Rubio's many outfits. The area of the Atlantic where the tanker was interdicted this morning, strategic importance to Greenland and the United States. Look at this. All the ships have to travel through here. That's where they have to go. This is why Greenland is so important. Ask not why America needs Greenland. Ask why Denmark has it. Great point. Yes, the U.S. Bought the Virgin Islands in 1917 for $25 million worth of gold. Why not just buy Greenland? More gold. There you go. Maybe we'll take Bitcoin. Trump takes Greenland and disbands NATO at the same time. Imagine the salt from the Europeans. Soon, the people of Greenland will be free.
I can't believe they finally opened a Target here.
My new snowmobile is parked right over there.
This place is amazing. I can't believe they finally opened.
This all could be yours, Greenland. Yep. Okay. Look at this. We bought Alaska from Russia. We were potentially, we've bought plenty of property from Denmark. At least we won't try to genocide the Greenlandic people like Denmark did. Denmark's an evil little country. I'm just going to say it. I don't like Denmark. Why should I like Denmark? Most Greenlanders hate the Danish, who tried to genocide them with a secret program. And Denmark's claims on Greenland is a total joke. We can buy Greenland by offering direct payments to the relatively few Greenlanders, granting them U.S. citizenship in a bargain. Why not just do that? Who wouldn't want to be a U.S. citizen? Come on, baby. The European Union increases military presence in Greenland. Yeah, okay. EU troops arriving in Greenland. Stephen Miller, you're going scorched earth on why not? Why not just take Greenland? Like, what? Like, hold on. Can you rule out military action in Greenland? We wouldn't need military action. Greenland has a population of 30,000 people. The real question is, by what right does Denmark assert control over Greenland? If you can't protect it, then it ain't yours. That's just the laws of the jungle. You're Stephen Miller.
Greenland has a population of 30,000 people, Jake. The real question is, by what right does Denmark assert control over Greenland? What is the basis of their territorial claim? What is their basis of having Greenland as a colony of Denmark? The United States is the power of NATO. For the United States to secure the Arctic region, to protect and defend NATO and NATO interests, obviously Greenland should be part of the United States. And so that's a conversation that we're going to have as a country. That's a process we're going to have as a community of nations.
So you can't take it off the table that the U.S. would use military force to seize Greenland. You can't take it off the table.
Jake, I understand you're trying very hard to, which again, is your job. I respect it. It's great to get exactly the headline, right? That catchy headline.
I'm trying to get an answer to the question.
That says Miller refuses to rule out. The United States should have Greenland as part of the United States. There's no need to even think or talk about this in the context that you're asking of a military operation. Nobody's going to fight the United States militarily over the future of Greenland.
One last question, Stephen.
Doesn't make any sense.
50 million illegal aliens invaded the United States, but you expect me to be outraged if we invaded Greenland. Nope. Let's just do it. Marco Rubio is the ultimate legend. Roasting on Greenland. Look at this. We are going to buy Greenland. We're going to eradicate the cartels. We're going to arrest corrupt politicians. We're going to secure elections. And if you don't like it, it's too damn bad. President Trump negotiating with Greenland. Greenland and Denmark request urgent meeting with Marco Rubio. Sure. Looking forward to hearing the terms of your surrender. Denmark and Greenland have requested a meeting with Marco Rubio. Greenland's foreign minister wrote that the countries want to discuss significant statements made by the United States about Greenland. Trump wants to acquire Greenland to ensure the Western Hemisphere and its position in the North Atlantic that helps secure the Arctic. World powers acquiring things. We did with the Louisiana Purchase, Florida, and so on. I live in a place that was just purchased from a European power, right? Spain owned Florida, and we just bought it, right? Cool. Why not have Greenland? Look at this. We have Alaska, that's important, and Greenland. We could secure all that right there. And then, I don't know, Canada would have a little bit, but we can own that too. And then Russia. Sure. Okay. He'll be meeting next week Marco Rubio's meeting next week with Denmark and Greenland. They are losing their minds that Trump is serious. This has always been the president's intent from the very beginning. He said it early on. I mean, this is not new. He talked about this from his first term. U.S. president, he wanted to acquire Greenland. There's interest there. So I'm reminded of the fact that not only did Truman want to do it, but President Trump's been talking about this since his first term. Yes, want to join the U.S.? Sure. She's not interested, Denmark. That's right. People in Greenland love Trump, love MAGA. Can pay every Greenlander $1 million and just buy the island with 2 months of tariff revenue. Why not? That's right. U.S. is totally buying Greenland. You can just buy things. Trump really wants it. He's going to get it. 51st state incoming. Marco Rubio becomes president of Venezuela. Gorilla gets shot in Cincinnati Zoo. Trump's going to buy Greenland. The GOAT. What are the odds of Trump buying Greenland? Will the U.S. acquire Greenland in 2026? There's a 17% chance. Will the U.S. invade Greenland in 2026? According to Polymarket, there's an 8% chance. Hey, so you're saying there's a chance. Really wouldn't, again, it really wouldn't need the invasion. There's just 30,000 people there. They'd all join anyway. They hate the Danish. Why would you ever want to be part of the Danish? Why would you want that? Why would you want to be part of Europe when you can join the country that has NASCAR and Kid Rock and a lot of guns and barbecue and cheap gas? I don't know. I don't know why. So let's go. Make it happen. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section if you want to own some beachfront property in Greenland.